Yo, que lo que family, welcome to Second to None Studios, a production slash music studio that I made right here in my room. Let me show you guys around.
A nadie envidio, por eso estoy bendecido. Primero me criticaron, después me roban el estilo. A nadie envidio, por eso estoy bendecido. Primero me criticaron, después me roban el estilo. Después me roban el estilo. Now they tryna see my whole flow, bozo. I take more action than a GoPro. I may not have it right now, but I have it real soon. Dije cuando estaba roto.
Yo, que lo que family, welcome to Second to None Studios. I've been working on this for a little minute now, and I finally feel like it's ready. So bienvenido al estudio. Let's get right to it.
So I turned my room into a creative studio, and I'm gonna break down exactly how I did it in case you wanna do it too. So this is pretty much how we started. Last year, my team, which is my family, my sister, my brother, and a couple of cousins of mine, we have a team called Second to None Productions, and we decided to make a bigger studio. Bigger than the first one I had, because the goal was to be able to create more inside the studio. So I'm gonna show you guys all the equipment that I use in the studio, but I'm gonna start off with the first four that I believe are essential for you to get started with. And the first one is gonna be your laptop or your PC. The one that I use is the MacBook Pro 2024. I definitely recommend that one if you wanna get into live streaming and video editing. But if you're not gonna do anything like that, I definitely recommend getting the MacBook Pro 2020 or older. You're gonna save some money and it's gonna let you create music. You don't need the newer version unless you wanna do something that's gonna take a lot of power, like video editing or live streaming. That's the reason I bought the new MacBook Pro 2024 M4 Pro chip. And I also recommend the PC because those are powerful as well. You can do a lot of great things with it. But if you're somebody like me that needs to have a setup that you can travel with or take to another studio, another spot, or just go out the country with, if you don't want to have it only in the crib, then I definitely recommend getting yourself a MacBook Pro. And the second thing that I would recommend is getting yourself an audio interface. If you don't know what that is, that's basically what helps you connect all of your devices together to the MacBook or the PC. It's gonna let you connect your microphones, your headphones, and the speaker because it has the certain connections that you need to connect. And the third thing you're gonna need is a microphone. The one that I would definitely recommend for you to get started with, the Rode Pod mic. That one is amazing. It's super good quality. I have that mic and I have a second mic called the Blue Baby Bottle SL. So those are the two mics that I would recommend. And the fourth thing that you definitely need is headphones. The one I use, I've been using this one for years. It's called the Audio-Technica M50. That one is gonna last you a long time and it sounds great. So I definitely recommend those four. Those are the four equipments that you need to get started right now. Everything else that I'm gonna show you guys is extra. First thing I got right here on the desk is the Yamaha HS7 speakers. If you're gonna get speakers, I definitely recommend this one. Either get the new ones because on Amazon, where I bought this, I couldn't find the HS7s, but they might have the HS8s. And they also should have the HS4s, which is a little older than this one, but if you're looking to save a little bit of money, get yourself the older one. If you want some of the best quality, get yourself the HS8s. And the second thing that I have here in the studio is the lighting, which makes the content look amazing. So I got the Elgato key light. If you want some lighting for your content, live stream and stuff like that, get yourself this one. Or get yourself a ring light, a normal everyday ring light from Amazon. Another thing that I have here is the gaming monitor. So the one that I use is the Skeptra, or Skeptra, however you want to call it, 27-inch gaming display. This one gets the job done. It's really, really good. I'm trying to get a third one. I'm trying to get a third one from the same company because it's really good. I'll have it on the left. I'll have the 27-inch in the middle and the MacBook Pro right here on the right. So that's how I'm doing that. And for the keyboard, the separate keyboard is the one that I use is the Apple Magic keyboard. This one is pretty high quality. For the mouse, the Razer Orochi V2 for the mouse. And for the desk, I use the IKEA Beckett desk. This one is pretty good. And what I love about this one is the fact that it has a net in the bottom that helps with cable management. And right now, my cable management isn't the best. It isn't as good as I would like it to be. However, it's not as bad as it could be if that net wasn't there. So if you're trying to get a desk that will help you with that, with cable management, get yourself the IKEA Beckon desk, the one that I have. And this is the chair that I use. As you can see, is a little bit worn out, but I've had it for a long time and it gets the job done. It's super comfy. So this is the gaming chair that I would recommend from Respawn. And I bought this in Wayfair. I buy most of my things on Amazon, but this chair, I bought it on Wayfair. This right here is a custom drum machine that I builded, that I created. It's called the Akai MPK Mini. And as you can see, I put the stickers right here for the Dominican flag. And I usually use this for the beats. I usually make my beats and then I make my drums right here. I also sample with it. And another thing that I'm gonna start doing with it is creating more content with this. So it's gonna be, you should expect to see this more in my videos because it's gonna show me making my beats as an artist that actually makes my own beats. So I'm gonna show more of how I do it. And I'm gonna also bring this out to live shows. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna start doing performances where I'm literally making the beat live. It's gonna be dope with that device right here, the Akai MPK Mini. And I also designed it with the custom chain. So thank you Sood 3D for sending this chain. Shout out to Sood 3D for sending this over. This is actually the chain that the World Baseball Classic Dominican team uses. Whenever they hit the Bombers out there, whenever they go crazy, they be putting on the jacket. That's another thing that I'm gonna need, the jacket. It's gonna be hard to get that, but I got the chain that they use, and this is pretty fire. Okay, so moving on to the vocal booth. This is actually one of my favorite parts of this studio. In this vocal booth, it is so dope because literally the sounds that's going on over here, outside, all the noise going on back there, and even here, I'm in a Dominican household, so you know the parties be going crazy with the Dominican, dembow, the bachata, the salsa, mad loud. So whenever that's going on, that's when I go and record there in the vocal booth. Whenever it's not much noise going on, I record here. This is where I record my music because this mic is already professional enough for me to make my songs on this one. But when there's a lot of noise going on, I get inside the vocal booth, and that's when I record my music in there, and literally no noise gets in there. And if you want to do that, I definitely recommend getting this foam, this soundproof foam from Amazon, just how I did. And the mic that you see here is the Blue Baby Bottle SL. So this is the second mic that I use whenever I'm in the booth. And as you can see, I customized it with the lights, put the Govi lights over here, got the Dominican flag, the beautiful flag right there. And this camera right here is to record the sessions that I have when I record inside the booth. This right here is a webcam called eMeet C960. And what I love about this booth is, like I said, no noise gets inside. Like I've literally recorded songs where my family would be out here in a whole party with music a todo lo que da. If you don't know Spanish, you're gonna learn Spanish with my videos. A todo lo que da means all the way up, the volume all the way up. So the music a todo lo que da while I'm recording a song, and I've been inside the booth recording, and you go to hear the song and you hear nothing in the background. That's how great it is to have your own vocal booth inside the closet. And by the way, I'm gonna show you guys later on what you can do with the clothes that you have in your closet in case you want to do something like this where you turn your closet into a vocal booth. Another cool equipment that I have for the music is this piano right here. Shout out my brother for hooking it up with this. This right here is the Yamaha PSR E373. And what I love about this piano is the fact that you can connect it to your MacBook or your PC or whatever program you make music on, and you can make your beats with this piano, which is pretty dope. Alright, so this thing right here is actually one of the loudest boom boxes in the whole world. It's called the Bumpbox Freestyle V3S in blue to match the studio. Shout out to All Terrain for sending this over. And one of the ways that I use this is to rehearse, because as you can see, there's a mic that comes with it. And with this mic, you connect it to the speaker and you can play beats and literally rehearse. So that's how I use it. And it's super loud. So if you want something loud, go with this. Okay, so this is another speaker that we usually use for the music videos. Whenever we shoot music videos outside, we either take this one or the Bose S1 Pro. The Bose S1 Pro, I gotta tell you, it's super loud. So if you want something super loud, get that one. If you need something that's small, portable, but it's gonna get the job done, loud, clear, I would go with the Beats Pill. And if you like this color, you want this colorway, this is the Kim Kardashian Beats Pill collab colorway. Alright, so switching over to the video production side of things, I'm gonna show you guys everything I use to film content. So this right here is a 10 by 7 foot green screen. And I actually bought this when I had my first music studio, but I was actually gonna return it because I realized that the music studio that I had was way too small to be able to properly work with this green screen. So I was gonna return it, but I decided to stay with it because I knew that one day I'm gonna have a bigger studio, so I'll use it then. And that's exactly what happened. Like a year later, I got this studio and I'm able to use it now. And if you never really use the green screen or you're not really familiar with it, what you use that for is for when you wanna record something and have a different background. Like you can literally get in front of the green screen, record yourself, and then when you go to edit the video, you can turn the background into anything you want, which is pretty fire. And another thing that we have here in the production side of thing is the C stand. And this right here is to hold lights, microphones, anything really. Like you can really get creative with it, and it's gonna help with the production side of things if you have a studio. Alright, so right here is the camera gear that I use. I usually shoot with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I attach it to this tripod called Ulanzi Video Go. And I also attach an Insta360 pole right on there so that I can extend the camera all the way up and it looks like I'm shooting with a drone, which is pretty dope. So if you already have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera or you're thinking about getting it, I definitely recommend getting yourself this accessory right here. Shout out to Zaz 3D for sending this over. It makes the camera magnetic, so this is how I'm literally recording videos of the camera being outside of the car while I'm driving and me singing my music. Or let's say I'm in the gym, I connect this to any type of gym equipment and I don't really need a tripod to shoot content with. So if you're thinking of getting the camera or you already have it, definitely get yourself this accessory right here. This is another cool equipment that I have is a POV neck mount. So let's say you want to record videos as if you had the Ray-Bans, but you don't have the Ray-Bans and you don't want to get those. You can literally get the neck mount, put it right here, and you have the phone holder right there, and you can literally shoot content as if you had the Ray-Bans. And you can also connect the DJI camera if you have the DJI camera too. Alright, so whenever my team and I shoot content, we usually go with these lights right here by a company called Newer and also a company called Ulanzi. These are really top tier, so it's gonna last you a long time and it's good quality. And I also recommend having more than one light whenever you're shooting because it's gonna be times where you're shooting and the light is gonna go off, and if you don't have a second light, you're literally cooked. But if you have a second light, you're good to go. And I also recommend having a portable charger that you can just have stuck to the lights as you're shooting, because if you don't have it charging, it might die while you're shooting, so you do not want to have that. Alright, so if you're going to start filming a lot of content and you want to start shooting outside, you're going to need a good camera bag, and I actually have two that I usually go with. This one right here is the PGY Tech 1 Go. They don't have this anymore, but they did drop a newer version, so if you want this one, I definitely recommend getting the new one that you're able to get. And this bag right here is a camera bag that can store so many things. And even though it's a bag usually for cameras, I use this for other things like going to the gym, or let's say I'm traveling, I put all my essentials in there, and it's pretty dope. It has a pocket on the side, two pockets on the side. You could put your tripod there, you could put your water bottle, your laptop, your MacBook, and your camera, everything. And I usually, back then I used to use a duffel bag in the gym, but I don't anymore. I see how convenient it is to use this bag instead. So I use this for the gym too. And I also use the D&D Wanderlust. This one right here is if I want to travel light. I'm not trying to have the backpack on me. This thing right here could store so much stuff. Like it looks like a small bag, but you can put your camera, you can put a whole bunch of things on there. So I definitely recommend these 2 bags if you want to get into recording outside, because you're going to be able to easily travel with all your stuff. And by the way, if you're going to do what I did, which was create a vocal booth inside my closet, if you're going to do that same thing, I definitely recommend getting yourself one of these 2 closets that I bought from Amazon or IKEA. These 2 are super high quality. And let's say you don't have enough space. Let's say you buy one and there's not enough space for you. You can still attach more things on the side. If you get this one thing from Amazon, which is like a hanger that you can stick on there. And in there you can put your coats or put your bags like I do. And that's a way that you can save space if you need some extra space right there. All right, so this right here is the lounge area, and it's actually the last section of the studio that we were able to finish up. And from the beginning, we knew we wanted the couch to be right there in the logo, so that when we do the live streams and the videos, you see a nice aesthetic that shows part of the essence of the studio. So that's what we had in mind from the very jump. However, it took a while to get it just right, and now I'm so grateful with how everything looks. It looks super dope. So this major studio upgrade that you guys see here did not happen overnight. It happened little by little, brick by brick, and now it's finally a dream come true. And I want to give a big shout out to this company called Beat Bread. They help fund independent artists. I actually partnered up with them last year. I heard about them years ago, but I didn't meet the certain requirements that you need to be able to partner up with them. You need about 10K monthly listeners on Spotify, and at the time when I found out about them, I was at about 300. So I didn't meet that requirement. So I told myself, I'm gonna keep putting in the work, I'm gonna stay consistent, I'm gonna stay dedicated, and once I do hit 10K monthly listeners, I'm gonna reach out to them as soon as I do. So that's exactly what happened. Last year, I hit 10K monthly listeners, and I reached out, I qualified, and I was able to receive that funding. And with that funding, I upgraded the studio. I was able to create more content, more music, and grow my fan base from 10K monthly listeners on Spotify to over 25K, which is a big jump, but we're only getting started and we're only going up. So if you're an independent artist that's looking to fund your career all while keeping your masters, just like I did, definitely look into Beat Bread. I'll make it very clear for you that you do not need a whole studio to create music. When I got started making music, I used to make music on apps. Literally, I used to search up beat making apps and I will make music all in my phone. And there are a lot of artists that are making music in their phones, and they're literally charting with the music that they make on their phones, which is crazy. That's something that was unheard of years ago when we didn't have the technology that we have now. But now, right now, you have a whole studio right here. If you're watching this video, you have a music studio. This thing is a music studio. So if you don't have a music studio yet, you do have one actually. So my Dominican accent just popped out of nowhere. Look into apps that you can use to make music with, like BandLab, GarageBand, FL Studio Mobile, things like that, or Tape It. Tape It's a good one. Those are apps that you can use to create music. And like I said, there are artists making music on their phones and charting on billboards, which is insane. But it's possible with the technology that we have now in 2026. Once you're ready to upgrade from your phone being your music studio to having your own studio at the crib, definitely start with the 4 essential items that I told you guys: the audio interface, the computer, the laptop or the PC, the MacBook, the headphones, and the microphone. Those are the 4 essentials. You do not need a desk, you do not need speakers, you do not need lighting, you don't need all that extra stuff. All of that is cool to have, but start with the essentials and then upgrade as you go. All right, there you guys have it, Studio Tour 2026, how I turned my room into a studio and how you guys can do it too. Any questions you guys have for me, let me know right there in the comments. Also, let me know where you guys are from and where you at in your journey of creating your studio. Did you start already? Are you upgrading it? Or are you thinking about doing it in the future? Let us know in the comments. If you guys want to reach out to me, you can do it through social media, IG, TikTok, Facebook, all that. at L Rey Official. You can also reach out through my website, lray.callme.io. You scroll all the way down to where you see contact, you click on there, and you reach out through there. I'm more likely to see these messages over DMs, so I suggest you hit me up through there if you want to reach out. So y'all already know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you guys have a beautiful, amazing day. God bless y'all.